Welcome back, listeners, to the Hit Pause Podcast, the podcast where we watch YouTube so you don't have to. You're here today with your hosts, two of us this time. I'm Iman.
And I'm David.
This week, we're talking about Smosh, as well as a little bit of the usual YouTube drama.
Yeah.
This time with VidCon and you know who.
Yeah, and our weeks, of course.
And our weeks.
Or my 2 weeks.
Yeah, I suppose it's been 2 weeks, actually, since you've been on the podcast.
Yeah.
So last week, for anyone that didn't listen, was just myself.
Did you enjoy it?
It was okay. It was all right.
Did you miss me?
No.
Yeah, cool.
Gonna cut this here while David goes to cry. Yeah, we had technical issues last week. We recorded a whole episode and only got 6 minutes of actual recording time. But
it was a good one as well. Ugh.
Yeah. Listeners, you missed out on so much.
Hey, it's life of a podcaster.
Yeah, so I've had another week now with YouTube Music and YouTube Premium.
Oh yeah, because you got 3 months the trial.
Yeah,
thing.
you should get on the trial as well.
It does actually prompt you if you use like your browser. Like if you go on a song, it'll be like, hey, you could enjoy this on YouTube
really?
Music.
Oh man. I've actually the whole week or the whole 2 weeks since it launched, I've been trying to use YouTube Music only and not using Spotify to give it, to give it like the proper try, fair try.
You're a good tester,
Okay, and no, I'm still on Spotify. I will say YouTube Music has some stuff going for it though. Like it has, because it just has everything on YouTube. Like, so for example, there's a show I really like, Cowboy Bebop, and it's kind of difficult to find all of the soundtrack songs.
Oh, was that what you were sending me?
Is it?
You sent me something from Cowboy Bebop.
I think I just sent you a wallpaper.
Okay, I thought I saw some wave signals, but then that would make more sense now. So you found the soundtrack.
Signals. Interesting.
Wave signals. So you found the soundtrack there.
Yeah. I mean, some of it is on Spotify, but not the whole thing. The other thing that it's quite good for is there's quite a lot of like good kind of mixes of interesting music and stuff on YouTube. Just like, some guys have been making some beats. But overall it's still just not that great. It doesn't recommend you good enough music. That's the problem. And also the UI is not good enough. Like you can't double click a song.
Yeah. I can imagine the functionality is not good, but it looks good.
It does look good. That dark theme.
You don't even have to pay for it.
With the full playing video. It's tasty.
I like my music when I can see it rather than hear it.
Oh yeah, and David, in this past week, we've watched the Poppy YouTube Premium special.
The benefit of Premium is you also get that good stuff on YouTube Red.
Yeah, good is a strong word. Okay,
right.
But wasn't Poppy our first ever episode?
Our first podcast, and probably my first dive into watching YouTube a lot. Or a lot more.
Really?
Because that was, I won't say it's my first binge, but I watched every Poppy video after you told me about it.
I remember the moment of telling you about it as well.
It was at the bus station.
Yeah. And then literally, I think it was the next day or a couple of days later.
It was a weekend.
Yeah, so it was after the weekend, and I saw it. I stayed up all night. Watching every single one of her videos.
Oh, man. Poppy, look at what you've done to me now.
Yeah.
Where's the Poppy I fell in love with?
So she has a special on YouTube Premium. I still need to try not calling it YouTube Red or whatever. But
I forget what the title's called. Is it just called Poppy the movie?
I think it's called That Poppy. But whatever, it's Poppy special. It's about 20. It's like 20 minutes long, 23. Yeah. So it's a normal TV episode length, obviously minus the ads. And what do you think? We didn't really, after we watched it, we didn't really talk about it. What did you think?
Okay, for those who don't have Premium and haven't tried it themselves, it's definitely because Poppy does 30-second to minute videos.
Yeah.
It was definitely that, there was Poppy 30-second moments masked with some storytelling. All in all, it was clever. It wasn't super entertaining though. If I was to give it, I would give it 3 poppies out of 5. 3 poppies?
Yep. Okay. So I'll say that it wasn't bad. It was it was well done in the sense that it had poppy vibe to it.
Yeah.
You know, it had like the poppy kind of humor and a couple of moments, like you
Yeah.
said. But overall, like the story was just not that interesting.
Yeah.
And it was kind of trying to tell a thing like, where did Poppy come from? But I don't know. It just wasn't that entertaining, like you said.
And normally you would give credit to people like going outside of what the YouTube videos were, but in that, I wish it was more about the Poppy moments rather than, you know,
this like stupid story.
yeah.
Yeah. But you know, whatever. It was something different. So that's cool.
Yeah.
I haven't really watched much else from it because there's just nothing that good.
You should try watch Laser Team from Rooster Teeth. But
really?
the first
Is it supposed
one
to actually be good?
The first one's okay. The second one's better.
Mm-hmm.
But I think like all these YouTube Premium movies, you have to be a fan of the YouTuber to enjoy
that's
it.
the thing. Like,
Which makes sense. That's the whole point.
Nobody's gonna come in on that Poppy thing and be like, "Wow, this was great on its own." It's like, well,
which is the difference from Netflix, because you'll just watch whatever. It's not like, oh, I love this director's stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, that's a strength and a weakness because it's
definitely.
like, you know, but yeah. So I've been watching, you know, just playing around with YouTube Music and stuff. Other than that, this week I've been watching a lot of iDubbbz. So we've not actually done an episode on iDubbbz before, but he's a big YouTuber. He's got maybe 6 million subs on his main channel, but he's got a few million across some other channels he's got. But iDubbbz is just like, we did an episode on Filthy Frank.
Yeah.
And
we also did an episode on Jake Paul, as well as somebody else recently where in our YouTube Career Over thing where we've mentioned iDubbbz before. Yeah,
he's come up because he's not just a big YouTuber in terms of numbers, but he just gets in at the right places.
Yeah, you'll find him if you're like deep into your YouTube, like, oh, what's happened recently?
Exactly. So in a similar way to Filthy Frank, he basically just exists to be offensive.
Yep.
But in a funny way, like he is. You know, he's got good comedy and he's playing a character most of the time that is really offensive. And
we're calling it a character, are we?
Well, that's the thing, because
I haven't seen enough of him to know that it is. It seems like it would be him in general.
Look, on his main channel, he's just doing offensive, gross stuff. Gross is another big part of him.
Oh yeah.
On his other channel, which is like vlogs and stuff, he has this whole series, which is really good, by the way. He calls it the Save the Squirrels initiative.
Oh, you should
And it's
be
just
one of those.
him going around his garden. He got his garden was getting overrun with squirrels, and just going around his garden like humanely putting traps out, like traps obviously that don't harm them or anything like that, and setting up night cameras and things, and just trying to get rid of the squirrels in his garden. And he goes and releases them, you know, somewhere really nice.
Huh.
And it was just like super innocent, but also really entertaining, and just completely the opposite of his other content. It was just so tame.
I don't know why I'm like, okay, I'll believe you. I feel like his in-between humor, you know, like going from, I assume, like squirrel to squirrel rescues, he would throw in the dirty joke or whatever.
I mean, yeah, come on, this is dirty jokes or whatever. But I mean, the topic was, it was very different kind of thing. But yeah, I've just been watching a lot of him. He does a series called Bad Unboxing, where basically fans send him stupid stuff in the mail, and he opens it up on camera. So it's typically face paints and slime and outfits, and he just puts it all on. He puts weird stuff in his,
I see,
you know, in his mouth, like slime or whatever, and it's really stupid, but
it's engaging with the fans, and we get to see his reaction with really messed up stuff. It
is pretty funny. He's just a funny guy, like in an offensive way.
Yeah,
but he has had issues with Tana Mongeau, who we're going to be speaking about shortly for the news section.
I know you said that really professionally, but that's her surname?
I don't know. That's what Keemstar called. I've heard.
I think it would be better for the podcast if we just keep switching it up every time we say it.
Yeah, TANA MONGEAU, right?
Yeah.
Mongeau.
Mongeau.
Mongeau. I've heard more than one person call her Mojo, call her Tana Mojo.
It's probably a
But
nickname.
there's a definite N in there, so I mean, what?
I don't know.
Okay, what else have I seen? So obviously, I've been watching some Smosh, and yeah, that's about it. What about you?
I've been watching a lot of stuff, but I would say my week is actually beyond that. I bought my Logan Paul KSI tickets.
Oh, yes! So, Logan Paul KSI, the boxing match. When's it happening?
August 25th, a Saturday in Manchester.
And are you... Okay, so tell me about the tickets. You know, where are you going to be?
So here's my headspace. One, I put a reminder on my phone when the tickets go live. Completely don't know how I missed it. And then I was like watching a Logan Paul video, and I was like, "Holy shit!" I'm gonna get these tickets ASAP. And then I went on his Twitter. Sorry, I went on a website. I just typed Logan Paul KSI tickets, and it took me to Student Hub or StubHub.
StubHub, yeah.
And I saw
owned by eBay, by the way.
I see. And then I saw tickets for like £700, and I was like,
"What?"
Yeah, there were 700 was minimum.
What?
And I was like, "There's
people reselling."
Yeah, I was like, this doesn't make sense. And then I was like, just looking at my life, like, no, I don't love this realm of YouTube that I'm in. And I just took a break, and then I was like, hold on, that can't be right. So I went to Logan Paul's Twitter, saw the actual link, and saw the prices, and I got row one.
Next to the ring.
Row one would be behind, I guess, like his, I don't know, trainers and all those kind of official people.
Really? And how much?
Do you want to know? £170.
170.
Yeah. But the way I saw it was,
see a couple
if
of amateurs.
you don't get those, there's no point, because I've seen the plan of the arena.
Yeah.
The cheaper tickets, which are like 30, and then they go to like maybe 60, then 80. They're too far away. What's the point? You might as well just watch it on YouTube.
Really?
So I only got these because I decided I did want to go, and that's the only ticket that's worth the money.
Wow. So are you going with anyone?
Do you want to come?
Not for £150,
Yeah.
I don't.
I haven't found anyone who's ready to pay that.
I mean, it's amateurs. They're amateurs, boxing.
Yeah.
And I mean, you're never going to get that close for £150 in a real boxing match.
That is true.
Those tickets are, will be 1,000, 2,000. But
and if this was to start trending, I would never go to another boxing match of YouTubers or Twitch streamers.
It might start trending if they're successful.
If it does go well.
But hey, maybe you'll make your money back by getting your face on the cameras.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to try to do my best.
Man.
I'm going to try to do my best.
I really hope that it is streamed live somewhere and we can watch it for free.
Yeah.
Do you know?
I think they maybe show it afterwards. Otherwise, that's not really fair, I can imagine. Or
exactly.
a pay-per-view version, but I don't think YouTube should have a pay-per-view
Maybe
version.
it'll be on a YouTube Premium.
Actually, do you think YouTube approves of this kind of stuff, though?
Tricky. They don't approve of Logan Paul in general.
Yeah, that's true.
anymore.
I think they're big fans of KSI, not for any other reason, just because who likes him.
I mean, I don't much like Logan at the moment.
Yeah.
I've gone off him.
Well, he's gone off everybody else.
Yeah. But KSI I've never liked. Yeah. I think he's so
I think that's
annoying.
part of the motivation for me to go and see it.
He's so uncreative.
If Logan Paul was fighting just another regular YouTuber, I'd actually be less interested. But I actually do want to see KSI's ego go down.
Who do you think is going to win? If you were betting, where would your money be?
So the thing is, part of my history is I watched Joe Weller's YouTube video. I think it was like a couple days ago. And he basically, because he's the only one who's fought KSI, I was just trying to see what he thinks. Generally, I think Logan Paul is going to win.
Do you?
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of think so as well. However, I mean, I've not actually seen either of them box. But I just feel like Logan...
He's a heavier hitter. I just feel like he might be a bit slower. So there's a good balance. So
yes, but I tell you what it is with Logan. It's more about his personality and the way he is. Like, he has this laser focus when he wants to do something.
And he's got an aggression with it.
Exactly, as well. That's the other thing. And KSI, like, I don't think he has that, he's focused or whatever, but I just don't think he's at that level.
Yeah.
Not to mention, like, Logan, right now has something to prove.
Exactly.
The world,
He
the
needs
world
this.
hates him and wants to see him get beat up.
Yeah, and
like he needs to prove that KSI little boy.
And
wrong.
he said too much for him to like lose it all now. And on top of that, I know wrestling's different from boxing, but he has been in athletic competitions before. So he is super aware of like the pressure of like making sure he does the job on the day of the fight.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's only, I mean, I realize it's only college wrestling or whatever, but come on, he's at least been in front of a crowd.
Yeah.
In a competitive thing like that before.
And he's a showman. At the end of the day, it's too much on his plate, and he breaks plates a lot. So he's good. I think I don't want to be too positive, but I believe in him. And not just because I support him as well.
So where's your money, David? Put your money down.
Well, I spent too much to put my money down. So.
You did put your money down. The £150.
Oh, you know there was a VIP thing as well.
Oh, yeah?
I think that was like 300. Where you actually get to meet and greet.
Really? Before or after the fight?
Right?
Because that's going to make a big difference.
Yeah, if it was after, it was like, I don't want to talk to you.
No, if it's after and KSI loses, I want to talk to him.
Oh, yeah, exactly. So hit pause news here. How do you feel about losing?
Well, God, I hate you. I'm glad you lost.
But yeah, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind a meet and greet before. But on another year when money is less, important.
What do you think they're going to fight again? I mean, to be honest, like if this thing is popular, then it could take off. But I don't think it will. At the end of the day, most people don't really want to fight.
It's just another YouTube premium thing that's just going to die down.
YouTubers aren't exactly like the biggest sportsmen, with athletic.
What's
bunch.
next? Actually, there is YouTube, but I think it's actually KSI's Sidemen. It's actually the channel's called Sidemen, and they play football against other YouTube stars.
Isn't that a YouTube premium show? KSI is in one of the premium shows.
Oh, and is it about football?
I've seen that in one of the thumbnails.
Maybe there's more premium out there that we don't know about.
So anyway, enough of the fight. Moving on to our main topic for today. Smosh.
Big guns.
Smosh have about 22 million subs.
Let's bump it up to 23.
Okay, fair enough. 23.
Every million counts,
Yeah. And they've been going for a while. So originally, Smosh.com was made back in 2002.
Yeah.
It was made by two guys. So it was made by Anthony, I'm going to say Padilla.
I accept your pronunciation.
Padilla like tortilla.
Yeah. It was that our little joke for the day.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah. And Ian Hecox. Yeah. So just two guys just making like silly kind of comedy videos, just whatever, pretty chilled. And they only started the YouTube channel in 2005, but then as the channel kind of transitioned into a really serious business, basically Anthony Padilla decided to leave, and that was back last year, so 2017. So Smosh, the reason we kind of wanted to cover them, well, first of all, one of the commenter, a listener wrote in and suggested them, but Smosh are one of these channels that have made it to the point of being a successful business.
Yeah. And it's not easy, which is why when they happen, we got to appreciate however they've done it, whatever means.
Yeah, even if we don't like the end result, I mean, at the end of the day, they have made a YouTube channel into something that is a legit business. Yeah. If YouTube goes under, they're going to be okay.
Yeah.
Okay, because they have everything. They are basically a production company now.
Yeah. And like you said, and like we've covered before, just like Rooster Teeth, started off with just a bunch of guys having fun. Now they're a company known to be a studio. Sometimes their sponsors come to them not knowing that they actually, YouTube is their thing. It's more about, we're just an entertainment base. And you can easily see Smosh that way, despite their videos, which we'll get into. Kind of just are kind of simple compared to Rooster Teeth.
Yeah, so let's talk about the sort of stuff they do. So they're a comedy channel, essentially, and they make sketch comedy.
Yeah.
So the videos they do are basically all, or the vast majority are all under 5 minutes.
Yeah.
and it's kind of just lots of sketches around a main topic. So they have this series that's like, what is it like?
Oh, every blank ever.
Yeah. So like every gym ever, every girlfriend ever.
Yeah.
And they'll do 8 or 10 sketches just around that topic, just like super quick fire. Like here's one, here's another, like banging them out.
Really popcorn comedy. Like
yeah. That's literally is actually a good way to describe it.
Just get your fix out of it. Like yeah.
Because that's kind of why people watch it. It's like, I'm going to sit down, nice 3-minute video.
Yeah, no dilly-dallying, no like, what's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel.
Yeah. None of that. It's like, hey, I don't really like this joke, but it's okay because it's over in 30 seconds.
There's going to be another one. And I swear I'll like that one.
Yeah.
It's going to be better.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just like, it's almost like consuming 5-10 videos in one go, in one 3-minute thing.
And we can say a lot of other channels do that, but they started early, and they've, like we've said, they're a company now. They got writers, and they've really fine-tuned it. So
yeah. So that kind of brings me to my next point about fine-tuning and becoming a company. And so here's the thing when a YouTube channel, which originally starts out, friends having fun, like Rooster Teeth, like Niga Higa, like Smosh.
Like us.
Yeah, when we make our millions.
Until that one, then I'm going to
look
leave.
back on this, yeah. And when it starts out like that, people come because the content is real, it's creative, it's on it. I mean, that sounds a bit kind of pretentious to say, but it's honest.
And it's what the YouTuber, we hope, wanted. And then the viewers can get that feeling out of it. Yeah,
it's what they want to make, and we appreciate their creativity and their, sensibilities, and that's what we want to see. So whatever channel they end up going down, it's going to end up good, or at least they'll be trying things.
Yeah.
But as soon as something like Smosh tries hard to start being a company, they suddenly have they have less leeway. And this is why Anthony left.
Yeah.
Is because he just had no creativity. That's what he said, right?
Yeah. Creative freedom at the end of the day.
Exactly. So as soon as you start, firstly, making a certain type of video, like they just making sketch comedy, 3-minute things, that's what they've been making that for years and years, same stuff.
Yeah.
So that is what their audience is there for. If they try and do something different, because they've been doing the same stuff over and over, it's like, well, we don't want to watch this, you know? We're here for the 3 minutes.
And that translates into so many other forms of media. I keep going back to like Linkin Park. Everyone expected that band to just keep that same music we loved. The moment they started bringing in pop and dubstep in, everyone's like, no, it's not what I want. But then it's like, don't you love the YouTuber that you fell in love with? But I can see that happening to Smosh as well, where it's like...
Well, okay, I'm going to disagree with you on this one.
Oh, you think people like change?
Well, no. It's that when you have a band, right, say Linkin Park, like apart from the kind of diehard fans, people are there to listen to them because they like the style of music that the band does.
Yeah.
In other words, they like the output. Right,
rather than
they don't really care about the people who made it.
Yeah.
I'm talking about people that aren't the diehard fans.
Gotcha.
I don't know the members of Linkin Park. I like the music, but I don't know the members. I'm just here for the end result.
That's a good point.
But whereas on YouTube, if it's, say, Smosh, I'm here because, most people will be there because there's faces on the camera, there's people behind it. YouTube. Like, it's people making this stuff.
Oh, that's what that... that's what that means?
So you're here for a person. It's
true.
like, you like what they make.
Yeah.
So, hey, maybe they make something different. Okay, but I still like this person. That's why I'm here. Yeah, so, yeah,
Yeah. But yeah, they've been through... I don't want to say phases of change. So, I know we talked... So, like, in short... Their videos have been pretty much the same style, same kind of idea since it was just Ian and Anthony. Transitioning to when Anthony left, They now hired 5 new people, well, amongst others, but 5 people who are on screen on the main channel a lot.
Name them. Go.
We got Keith, we got Olivia, we got Courtney, we got Noah, and we got my favorite guy, Shane.
Damn! I'm actually really impressed.
Yeah, I would do surnames as well.
No, come on. I
Courtney
can't take
Miller,
it.
Shane. I'm joking. That's all I know. But
You could have just stopped there and be like, yeah, I know the others, but...
I won't bore you guys. So these guys came on, and yeah, I kind of mentioned like to you outside of the podcast, but it's kind of ironic and kind of sad as well that Anthony left because of creative freedom. And now that at the same time he left, they obviously had to recruit. And instead of recruiting a replacement, which actually probably would have gone worse because people would just compare him.
Well,
they got 5 new people.
Like, try to compare them now.
Exactly. And by getting 5 new people, they created other channels for these 5 people to, you know, be themselves out of Smosh, which is probably what Anthony wanted in the first place.
I think, yeah, to be honest, I think that is smart, actually.
Yeah.
You know, they obviously realized, like, okay, we do need to start making this more kind of personal.
But why
again?
at the expense of somebody else, you know?
Yeah, I know.
That's how big companies are at the end of the day. You're right, but we've already fired you. Well, you know, they didn't fire you. You know what I mean? Just learning late, but not taking any blame.
He might have just left anyway.
Yeah.
You know, it could still have been down to like, well, at the end of the day, if I wanted to do this, I couldn't. I had to wait for a bunch of investors to say it's okay.
To realize it, yeah.
So that's the other thing. Like, not only do they have these fans that they've kind of locked up in a box of expectations, they also have people that put in money. If it's a company, they probably have investors and things. And like they have employees. Like they have all these employees that they need to pay.
Yeah.
And they have to plan stuff months in advance. Like there's no just messing about, let's just do something off the cuff. It's like, no, we need to sit down, writers team, write this stuff.
Yeah, and it's gotta follow the pattern that works. I don't want I don't want new ideas. It's not indie channel. Yeah. I want the same content because it's gotta pay bills.
Companies do not want risk. There are literally job titles about assessing the amount of risk.
Exactly.
Okay, and they want to minimize.
Which is why, even though we can say on one hand, the reason why Smosh keeps the same type of videos, so you got Every Blank Ever, you got they got this other series where they take a letter and they just switch it, so it'll be I can't do this off the top of my head, but imagine Star Wars, and then they take away the A and make it, I don't know, another letter that changes the complete idea of what the movie would be, and then they would
Stir Wars, and they stir pots.
You should work at Smosh.
Yeah,
they literally have a series on that. Yeah, it's pretty clever.
I haven't seen that one.
They just change a letter in every like title of a movie, and then it'll be that movie based on the new idea.
Here's the thing: like the reason it's clever is because it's endless content.
Yeah, endless cycle of ideas.
So you've got your letters thing. Okay, movie title, right? Okay,
what movie are kids watching?
Iron Man.
Yeah.
Okay. So which letter can we replace? Boom, we've got a video now.
Yeah. Iron? That's boring. Goldman. It's just like a board meeting of like having fun with words.
The Every Blank Ever. Literally can just look around the room and just grab whatever is near, like guitar.
Every guitar ever.
Every guitar ever. Oh, the strings broke.
Every podcast ever would be a good idea.
Actually, now that would be a good one.
Yeah.
They've already done it. I guarantee you.
I don't think they have. They're waiting. They're waiting for like New Year's Eve or like that launch where everyone's got time to watch YouTube.
You know that's going to be a big one as well. That episode.
It's going to be launched at noon.
That's actually a good idea. Let's get in there first.
We should make it first, but I don't think we haven't covered enough podcasts or YouTubers to do it.
Yeah, it's just so the main thing, so I don't really like the content. Like, I can appreciate that it's well made, and they have obviously, you know, there's some funny stuff in there, and you get a little chuckle here and there, and they're doing their own thing, and they're doing it well, you know. But the thing I don't like, or makes me not interested in it, is that it's going to sound really pretentious, but it has no edge to it at all. So I mentioned before about how I've been watching iDubbbz, right? And he has 6 million subs, but it's just him alone. And he basically, he does write a bit of script or, you know, plans it out and has creative ideas.
Yeah.
but he does something different in every video, and a lot of it is just ad-libs.
Yeah, and you could say personally that you laugh a lot more in that, which is you would expect should be the opposite way around because it's written by less people.
Exactly,
than in Smosh.
exactly. And that's the thing. When you get a team together writing episodes in a certain format, like in Smosh, it smooths the whole thing out. It just makes it into this like perfectly easily digestible, easily swallowable little comedy 3-minute pill. Like, okay, gone down, easy.
Yeah.
I don't even need to think about it. I chuckled once, sure, only once, but hey,
and that's
at least it was easy.
Yeah, and that's how they probably do their testing of the episode.
Yeah.
How many chuckles? 5 chuckles? Good. Ship it.
Ship it.
On to the next one. Every girl, every boyfriend ever.
Yeah. So it's just not interesting.
Yeah.
It's just not interesting to me. It's just they've got their box and that they're sticking in it. They are not going anywhere near the edges.
Yeah, and we will phrase that we are talking about the main Smosh channel. Yes, they do have Smosh Pit, Smosh Games. They even had Shut Up Cartoons, which kind of has died down now. So they have gone outside of their comfort zone, but they obviously don't put as much attention in those channels as their main one. Unless maybe that's even their thing. Their main one is strictly Smosh, never changes. If you want difference,
I guess
Smosh,
that's it. Yeah,
watch
I guess
Smosh
that's
weekly
it.
with the other guys.
It's kind of like this is one show.
Yeah,
this is a TV show.
This is all you get.
If you want to watch something else, change the History Channel.
Yeah,
I
don't know if no, maybe I don't. No, I don't prefer that. I'm thinking like, do I want a channel that just says who they are on the tin? Or do I want a channel that every week you get something different? But I guess it suits that vibe you're getting.
Yeah,
There's no perfect answer to that.
Yeah, exactly. So, overall, I just want them to do something more interesting because I do think there's funny people there.
Yeah.
And you can see it kind of coming through a bit in the videos. I just think that they've lost a lot in their transition to being a full-on company. And I just think they need to just take a bit of risk. Just
also
just go
because
for
they've
it.
been around so long, even more needed.
Yeah. Try a new style of video that hasn't been, tested with a panel of.
But that's the thing, like, not to like drag on so much on it, but I feel like it's this company part that makes it difficult because even when they branch out of it, what's that show? You posted that. You can imagine that's an idea, but then it's so corporate in the fact it's like, no, it's to get other YouTubers so we can get bigger. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, even
absolutely.
they're branching out of their ideas is still in a formula that has to be kept because of money.
So, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with that at the end of the day. But anyway, just not the most interesting to me. But that's it.
I would say
Fair enough.
I'm a bit more of a fan than Iman, just to, so the message is out there. I do like them. I do watch their videos, but in the same way you described it, just because I can. Doesn't take too much of my time, and it's you get your chuckle.
I'll dip in. I'll dip in for a little chuckle, and Anthony Padilla's channel is actually pretty funny as well. So he's got his own channel now, and there's been some funny stuff on there, and I'll dip in. I'll dip in.
What video have you seen actually from his channel? Because he's done okay since leaving.
So he posted one like today-ish or recently. About VidCon. So VidCon happened last weekend. Well, probably when this gets posted, probably be 2 weekends ago.
You posted that.
And it was basically him just going around VidCon, like, am I still relevant? Not saying it, but pretending like nobody knows who he is.
Yeah.
He was going up to YouTubers like, oh, hey man, good to see you. Yeah, good to see you. And they're like, yeah, you want to autograph? Yeah, we can take a picture if you want. He's like, no, I'm Anthony Padilla, Smosh.
Subtly saying you should be taking a photo with me.
22 million subs. Okay.
Without
bro.
even trying.
Yeah, you're not really part of that channel anymore, Are you still relevant?
Yeah.
Well, speaking of VidCon, actually, kind of brings us to the news section.
Yeah. Which we've actually... You're lucky, viewers out there, that we've covered TANA already.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, what was it called? YouTubers and ending their careers, or what could end their careers?
Yeah. So, TANA MONGEAU, we're calling
Mojo.
God.
Mongeau.
I do not know how to
No
say.
insult anyway, but it's just funny that you can have many versions
Yeah.
of it. It's
So
kind
I've
of
definitely heard Keemstar at least called her Mojo. I don't know if
but
that's like a
they're close.
nickname.
They're close, though.
Yeah. Whatever. TANA Mongao.
Mongo. I'll go with Mongo.
I'm gonna go with Tana.
Good call.
Yeah. So Tana basically, we talked about her before because she had controversy over using the N-word. Didn't she come out and say she was part black, something like that?
You're mixing her with.
Okay, I'm getting
Vicky,
mixed up.
with Wow
Oh yeah,
Vicky.
yeah, wow, Vicky. Okay.
But she said she doesn't know. She didn't know what the word meant.
Yeah.
Having seen more of her since, I now more don't believe it because I know I defended her in the last podcast. Like, oh, maybe she's just from an area where it's rare, but no, she's a straight up LA girl.
Yeah, she knew. Okay, she knew. Anyway,
yeah.
but moving on from that.
But we should actually say what VidCon is.
Okay, so VidCon is.
I'm so happy you're answering this question.
So VidCon is the biggest YouTube convention.
Right.
It is run by, or at least I don't know if they still run it themselves, but they started it. But the people that invented YouTube actually made this thing, VidCon.
Oh.
So after they had already sold it onto Google.
I see.
So they're basically the ones that came up with it. And yeah, so two guys. And it's basically a convention where people go to meet their favorite YouTubers.
Yeah.
All the biggest YouTubers are usually there. And yeah, they go get to meet them. There's panels, talks, meet and greets.
Everything,
buy merch.
everything you would expect from a convention for the people.
And it's massive. It's there is nothing like it. It is far and away the biggest one.
Comic-Con?
Good question.
Wow.
Probably not, because I mean, there's like 4 Comic-Cons a year.
True, and also I guess it depends what big means. Like Comic-Con's probably more better for the consumer because there's a lot more to see. I can imagine VidCon's a lot harder to see the YouTuber you want because they only got like small time with you, if not nothing at all.
Yeah, that's probably true. But so the way it works is the YouTubers that come to VidCon don't get paid or anything.
Oh right. Oh yeah. Sorry, I did know this. They don't get paid. It's just for their own publicity.
Yeah, it's for their own publicity, and obviously. So here's the thing. The con actually makes a lot of money because they sell tickets to everyone that wants to come to it. But because the YouTubers don't get paid, they are literally, firstly, just doing it for their own publicity.
Yeah.
But secondly, and this is what a lot of YouTubers complain about, is they're doing it because they're basically obligated to. Like, their fan base will give them, I want to say, they'll give them rubbish if they don't go to VidCon. They'll go, hey, David, so not David, right? I follow your channel. Why are you?
Thanks, bro.
Why didn't you come to VidCon?
Oh, you know how it is.
No, don't you care about your fans?
Yeah, but I wasn't in last year's YouTube Rewind.
You don't care about us.
Oh, you're right. Sorry, I'm going.
Yeah. So they're not getting paid. They're having to go there, like, wait in big queues, wait around all day, meeting hundreds of people. And, like, obviously it's nice to meet fans and things, but that's, like, a lot of work and travel and, it's stressful. It's, like, not really actually fun for the YouTubers, apart from, like, it's nice to get the appreciation, people screaming your name.
And why I actually think it contradicts itself is, I'm sure they pick big enough YouTubers, right? And these people are big enough to have a meet and greet on their own. So So they're not actually.
No, I know, but here's the thing is, the benefit for those YouTubers who could have their own meet and greet is they don't have to do any organizing. The con obviously has all the security, has all the timings, has, the venue space, the proper everything in place. Cause not easy. I mean, look at Logan Paul, doing his random meetups
Right, yeah.
at places, and it's just an absolute, mess because people come running, screaming,
And then
it's dangerous.
you the YouTuber has to like stop or leave.
Yeah. So there's a lot of reasons why the YouTubers don't like it, but TANA Mongeau or whatever has been complaining about it year after year because basically they're very selective as well with who they give like panel time and things.
Yeah, I can see that.
Who they give a meet and greet.
Yeah.
So if you get given a proper official meet and greet, obviously you get the space, security, all that. But if you don't get one of those, then you're just going to get mobbed by fans because they have no official time to meet you.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden you're in trouble because you were walking around trying to enjoy the con. Yeah. And because you didn't get a panel yourself, now you've caused like, I don't know.
Security violations.
Yeah, basically.
And the thing is, they only really give these things to the YouTubers that they kind of like.
And probably the controversy thing as well.
That's the thing. YouTube does not like controversial people. And TANA Mongeau is a controversial person. Okay, she's always causing drama. I mean, she feeds off it, so whatever.
But yeah, like PewDiePie could make the next biggest video and being the biggest YouTuber, and it gets like 10 billion views. Yeah. He's not coming to YouTube Rewind. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it does not matter. So Tana decided she was going to do her own convention of just... She's calling it TanaCon and...
Or better than MojoCon.
Yeah, that's actually true.
MojoCon.
And this thing, she basically sold 5,000 tickets, but she also said anybody can come for free. She held it on the same day as VidCon, where hundreds of thousands of people were going to be, down the road as well.
You know what? I'm going to criticize her a bit, but that's cool. I think there's some... It's cool for it to get publicity rather than for it to work.
Yeah, it's ballsy, it's smart. Like I'll give you that. Fair enough. But if it's down the road from a big YouTube convention, dude, you gotta expect that there's gonna be people that come. The tickets are free.
Why are the tickets free?
I don't know.
She can make all the excuses she wants that she didn't expect people to show up. But if it's down the road, any curious guy is going to give it a chance.
Yeah. And what happened was the whole convention was a mess. It got shut down. People were waiting outside in the hot sun for hours. Nobody could get in. And once they did, it was one convention room and a corridor.
Yeah.
It was just completely a mess. Why, can I just ask, why did she not hire some like legit, events company to just
that's
do
the thing.
this?
We gotta like say if it is solely coming from her, one has to make cutbacks with costs. I reckon that's
maybe so. Yeah, maybe so. But either way, it was really poorly planned, and the whole thing got cancelled, and people were really, really upset.
Yeah, and there's also these little like rumors and scoops that even the YouTubers that she has mentioned that they wanted to come and be on her panel, like support her idea, her revolution for more creator-friendly cons. They weren't really sure of the planning either. They didn't really know when their panel was. Some of them
there's
really
tweets and stuff like, am I on at 3? Is this still happening?
Like, how you got to ask Twitter for, your Google Calendar?
Yeah. So it was just badly organized, but... Okay, so I don't want to go on too much about how it's badly organized. Like, you can look that up, okay? Casey, was it Casey Neistat? No. Philip DeFranco and Keemstar both have videos on it. Even PewDiePie. Go check them out if you want to know more. But what I want to say is, because of the problems with VidCon, all YouTubers grumble about it. And what Tana has done is essentially prove that there is demand for this, for individual, smaller YouTuber conventions.
Yeah, you done good, Tana.
And
however terrible the actual con was, you made a difference and something that clearly will start.
So I've just remembered something as well. She's not the first one to do this. There's a video game YouTuber called Jesse Cox,
Right.
who was good friends with Total Biscuit. I think he's done like 3 or 4 of them now, but he does a CoxCon every year.
So that name was just...
I know. But he did it. He also named it like that because it's funny.
I suppose, yeah.
But he's done that like every year for 4 years.
I like how you're not going to beep that out as well.
Yeah. But it's been really popular. Is
it for Video Game
successful.
Awards?
No. It's just like him and YouTubers that are his friends, friendly with. And you go and panels, meet and greets, activities, that kind of stuff. And it's been really successful. So he's been doing that for years. So that's all, to me, I don't know why it doesn't have a bigger name for itself, but to me, that's already proof that there is demand for this stuff. But TanaCon, because it was such a mess, it's really got the message out there, like, we're just going to start doing this. And
it's got a mess, but it got people.
Yeah, that's the thing. So in a way, it was a success.
Yeah.
But I mean, at the end of the day, the tickets were free.
And let's not forget so many like leaked videos of people who were fans and got in and were like, this is so awful.
Yeah.
Like, this is too expensive. There's not enough water.
The merch stand was literally some wire coat hangers with T-shirts just hanging on the wall.
I've seen better housewarming parties.
Yeah.
Better setup.
And, but yeah, I guarantee you that next year we are going to see an absolute ton of these things start popping up.
And I know what's going to happen at the end of the year. It's going to be like Tana suing all these other people for her idea because she got none of the credit.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. It'll be a drama video. Everybody stole my idea.
TanaCon for life.
Yeah, so it's been a mess, but at least I do believe her heart's in the right place. And it's a shame it didn't work out. Like, this is what Philip DeFranco was saying, it's a shame it didn't work out because it is a good step for YouTubers, you know? Like, why aren't we branching out and doing our own conventions, doing our own events? If we don't like VidCon, then let's do our own thing. Why not? And even though it did fail, like, Philip DeFranco was kind of negative about it in the sense that he was like, I wish it, had been successful to prove this, but even failing, I think it has proved it.
Yeah, I think it's a very good step.
And,
YouTube's always needed these steps to kind of go beyond its shell, which I think it just sums it up that I want to see a boxing match between Tana and whoever runs VidCon.
PewDiePie will probably take that up. Yeah. No, actually, iDubbbz will take that up after their arguments.
Oh, a tag team boxing match.
That'll be good.
Tana and iDubbbz.
All right, I think that basically wraps it up for this episode. Thank you for listening to the Hip Pause podcast. Mm-hmm. You can follow me on Twitter at Glyphix, GLIPHYX.
And me at SoNotDavid.
And follow us you can get this podcast on iTunes. If you're not on there already, you can get us on any of the Android podcast apps. Yes. By the way, Google has a new podcast app, Google Podcasts.
Oh boy, that's a podcast in its own to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, it's actually kind of nice. Anyway, either way.
And SoundCloud, one of my favorites.
Yeah, actually, shout out to the SoundCloud listeners. You guys are amazing, actually. Drop us a like or a heart. I don't actually really know what they're called on SoundCloud, but a heart, a favorite. Yes.
Or if you just want a boxing match against me, I'm calling you out.
Yeah. All right, you better go stand to that, David. All right, thanks for listening.
Cheerio.